Ishida. Now I'm not gonna lie. I've been ducking Ishida for years, and I don't regret it. I don't regret it because what I caught up, like I feel like I caught up at the moment where I'm like, okay, I can respect the series. Like I can respect it. If I caught up to no damn chapter 15, nah, bro. Watch out, bro. Watch out. But yeah, Choujin did not let me down. It didn't. I was going into it not. Ishida could write. I'm not gonna pretend like he can't. It's just that them Tokyo Ghoul niggas are scary, bro. If you didn't have Tokyo Ghoul as your absolute goat, they will hunt you down. I couldn't deal with it. I ran away. I pussied out. I ran away. But it's been years. My friends been pushing me. They said, read. Choujin Knight's gonna be the one. I read. It was very good. It was very good. So even though I'm gonna focus more on the Choujin next stuff, I would bring up a lot of TG as a comparison, just because Ishida made both of them. So after catching up, definitely Kaneki. I've always respected Kaneki. His character plotline, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But he was never my goat though. Like he was never my like. I didn't go around like Kaneki. Like no. I was a Juzo guy, but Kaneki wasn't like. I get people that like Kaneki though. Like he's a cool dude. Tokyo is my son though. Like Tokyo, that's my guy. Tokyo's my goat. But I definitely don't think as a character Tokyo like outclasses Kaneki. You know what I'm saying? Like Kaneki probably still has a better defense just because his story finished. But Tokyo's great. I love Tokyo. I actually like we have an affinity, bro. Tokyo is my son. I love him. So I would say I would side with Tokyo in the Tokyo versus Kaneki, but Kaneki as a character though doesn't lose out in any way. If anything, his story's completed, and Kaneki was great. So there's a stronger argument for him, but again, in terms of how much I like him, yeah, Tokyo got it. But one thing I would give him, the TG niggas, one thing I will give y'all is Hide. Azuma, I'm sorry. I don't fuck with that nigga. Azuma, I'm good. Hide was my guy. It's almost embarrassing comparing them. It's like comparing someone who held you down from the sandbox. Like y'all day one nigga. Like he been there for you for so long, and then you comparing him to like an annoying coworker. Like Azuma's the annoying coworker. Like how could you even compare these niggas? It's crazy. So yeah, Azuma, yeah, I'm good. But I would say the character dynamic between Tokyo and Azuma, I would say has a very strong argument for being elite. And you can argue, I think this is a strong argument, you can argue that it's more intriguing or entertaining than the dynamic between Kaneki and Hide. Mainly because Tokyo and Azuma, there's so much you can like unravel between the relationship and their dynamic. But that don't change the fact that I don't fucking like Azuma, bro. Fuck that nigga. So yeah, they got Hide. But I would say that again, the Kaneki and the Azuma and Tokyo relationship, character dynamic, that's great. That's elite. So that's how Ishida kind of made up for it in my eyes. And Ellie, nah, I'm not gonna lie. I was never a big Toka fan. Toka ain't do none to me though. She ain't do none to me. Like not a single thing. You list like say, hey, tell me bad things about Toka. I don't even know what to say, bro. But she never moved me in that way. Like when they talk about best heroines, fave heroines, yet I don't bring out Toka, bro. And it's nothing to do with her. Again, like I read the story, she didn't give me no problem. But like, I wasn't really too moved. I don't know if I wanted her to just do a bit more on the action side, or I'm not too sure. But I liked her, I liked her in Kaneki. That was cool, yada. But apart from just seeing her as like Kaneki's wife, like I wasn't really I wasn't really too moved. But Ellie, that's my niece, bro. Oh my god, Ellie moved. I think Ellie, like before I was really locked in on Tokyo, I think Ellie held it down when it came to like my fave character. I didn't flat out give a fave character yet, but it was Ellie for a good amount. Like it was like she was like the uncrowned, I guess, queen of like my fave character list. Because for me, Tokyo's always cool. But Ellie, bro, the plane fighting Chandra, bruh, Ellie was moving me, and her dialogue was pretty good. Even from the beginning, I liked her dialogue. So yeah, Ellie for me absolutely sweeps Toka. I know I had some TG mutuals that they had like Toka dissertations, bro, about how like amazing she is. That niggas could probably convince me that Toka's way better than I perceive her. But yeah, I'm Team Ellie easily, not even close. Ellie is sweeps. So yeah, Ellie, Tokyo, yes. Azuma, I'm sorry, you the weak link. You really the weak link. Maybe Hide's just too good. I feel like that's probably it. Hide's just too good. I'm not gonna lie, Hide too good. But but the character dynamic between Tokyo and Azuma, yes. Uh, and one thing I also want to add is that the premise, I like Choujin's premise a bit more because TG's premise is it's more on the I don't want to say base. I don't want to say basic, but humans versus alternate race, right? That's like I just did one of these on like Ragnar not too long ago, right? In Ragnar it was humans versus dragons. Here humans versus ghouls. Ghouls eat humans. As humans, we have to fight the ghouls. Like that was the whole thing. And then usually the main character would be like a half human, half ghoul, or like somehow bridge the two races. Then at the end of the series, he unites or they unite the two races somehow, and we can live in peace. Tokyo Ghoul went exactly that way. So you know what I'm saying? It's not really too surprising. Of course, it's how you do it though. The way you should have did it, of course, made a story that's generational, going to be talked about for a very long time. But the premise is like, bruh, how many times we see humans versus vampires, human versus werewolves, human versus ghouls, human versus dragons, human versus demons, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's same shit. Um, but especially when the MC, because like there are three ways to do that story. The alternate race gets wiped out or subjugated. Humans get wiped out or subjugated, or coexistence. Usually humans don't get subjugated and wiped out. So it's almost two. Alternate race get subjugated or wiped out, or coexistence. And then again, Tokyo Ghoul coexistence. So it's like, bro, you're not really getting nothing. If you want a premise that's like super fresh, yeah, TG is not the one. But the way they did it though is pretty cool. But CX, I really like Children X premise. Not saying the premise is super fresh because it's basically like humans with powers, but I like the goal of it because even though it's like humans with powers, there's not like it's not as simple as like this is the big bad guy, we gotta kill him. No, like this entire like you can argue that till this day we still don't have not a proper villain because Zora is a proper villain, but you can argue that Zora is on our side, like she's on Team Humanity. It's just the way Zora's going about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like she's definitely an antag, but like in terms of like what you're doing for humanity, what you're doing to defend the world, to defend Yamato, Zora, she's on their team. You know what I'm saying? So like they're both on their team. They're both Team Yamato. I want to make the world a better place. It's just like the way Zora's going about it is causing a lot of casualties. But in Zora's head, she's like, bro, I see the end of the world. If I don't do this, we all die. What the fuck? I'm doing this shit. And y'all won't help me, so I gotta take extreme measures. So it's like, it's very confusing in the sense of, like, it's very complicated, I'll say. So the plot line in Children X is very, like, it's not, see, I don't want to say it's not clear. It's not, like, simple. And also, the story's not like, oh, there's humans, then there's children. We have to kill all the children. No! It's more of children are seen more like humans with powers. So it's like, if you're a children, it's not like you get discriminated. Yet, of course, like there are moments in the story where it gets a bit political, where they're like, "Yo, these children keep fighting, yada yada yada." But again, it's not to the point where children can walk the street without getting like tomatoes thrown at them or something, where they get like locked up or they get arrested just for being children, yada yada yada. As long as, yeah, like because I think it matters more. As long as you sign up with them, you good. So, yeah, so I think they just accepted children as being part of like society. Now, yeah, people could become children. Is what it is. They just keep it moving. So by default, it's not like a human versus children. Are we gonna coexist? Are we gonna wipe out the humans or wipe out the? Nah. There's a lot more involved, and I really like that because now when it comes to like from chapter 2 of Tokyo Ghoul or 3, 4, or 5, you can probably guess that at the end of the series, Kaneki will find a way to coexist uh with the ghouls, and it's not because uh of course hindsight 2020, but I'm saying that because like I explained the three routes these stories usually go, right? So if you just pick one, it's like 1 out of 3 chance of it happening. But in Children X, how do you guess the end? You know what I'm saying? Because like with the way the premise is set up, the end is more of a political thing. So it's like you have to first understand how the politics of the world works, and then you can guess the end. But even now, there's still a lot of missing pieces when it comes to the politics of Children X. So we still don't know exactly what a good ending looks like. You know what I'm saying? It's like maybe someone, oh, stopping the calamity, but it's like, all right, but what causes the calamity? You know, it's like, and then after the calamity is done, like, is Yamato gonna be destroyed? Is it just cleaning up the calamity and be good? And we don't even hear about the calamity until a decent part into the story. So it's like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's really not that simple. So basically, the only way to guess the end of Children X, you need to use Children X like terms or scenes or like ideas. You can't like zoom out and be like, okay, this is just a human versus this race is either gonna be uh humans win, that race wins, or coexisting. No, like in Trojan X, okay, we got humans and Trojans. The end is gonna be like it's hard to really guess. So you're always on your toes, yada yada yada. And one thing I would also say is that that power system. I like Trojan. There's nothing too crazy. Again, it's just humans with powers, bro. That's really all it is. I would say that each should try to make it sound like you become a Trojan of what you desire, but like a lot of it ends up being nepotism, as in like, oh, your parents had this power, or you come from this clan, so now you have it too. You know that's kind of what it is. Tokyo, of course, became a vulture. We saw how, but again, a lot of the other characters just inherited their powers, bro. Y'all said it was from desires, but I don't know about that. I'll say TG did a better job when it comes to really refining its power system. I feel like with ghoul cells and the different classes of ghouls, I know there was like the speed one, the tank one, stuff like that. I feel like that was a bit more like it was categorized better. And the choreography and the fights, I don't. I mean, again, it's each of us still each of us. It's not like it's a different nigga drawing it. So I don't think it loses out like TG loses out with CX. I won't lie. But with CX, again, it's different powers. So there's a lot more because after you understand the categories of Tokyo Ghoul, you can only get like let's say I forgot all the categories. Let's say there's like four of them, right? You can only get category 1 versus 1, 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3, 1 versus 4, 2 versus 1, 2 versus 2, 2 versus 3, 2 versus 4, 3 versus 1, 3 versus 2. I think that's not how it works because 3 versus 1 and 1 versus 3 is the same thing. But y'all get what I'm trying to say. There's a limited amount of matchups you can get depending on like the class. Whereas like with CX, it's just free for all. You do not know who the fuck you fighting, whose power it is. It's just get in there and go crazy. So CX fights are a lot more ambiguous and a lot more like he's just free to really like go crazy. Major arcs, honestly, I feel like the only real major arc is the one we just passed with the final war of Zora. Cause like the Navi stuff was cool. The beat stuff, I guess, was the second. Like you could say that's the first major arc. I won't hold you. Y'all say that. You know what I'm saying? Actually, no. I feel like that's being a bit ingenuous. Anyway, yeah, those are major. Like, I meant like peak of the stuff. Y'all get what I mean. Because when we met Zora the first time, that felt more like a prelude to what we're getting now. Of course, there was still high stakes. Then, of course, with the poppy fields, again, that felt more like a prelude. You know, it's like, okay, we're doing these poppy fields so we can find Zora later. Okay, we met Zora, now we know we'll find her later. Again, back to the poppy fields, find her later. Iwatsu was skipped, but of course, we still got a lot of references, yada, yada, yada. So I felt like this is the first like super big shift of the story, and it was great. It was great. I liked it. Overall cast is good, especially last chapter. The fact that Nari came back hooping, whoo. Because again, Nari before last chapter, Nari was like the weakest Choujin, right? Because we met her fairly early. I would say the absolute weakest, but she wasn't too crazy. Because when we met her in the beginning, of course, she's one of the first children we were introduced to. It's hard for Ishida to make her like top tier or some shit when like level one Tokyo has to fight her. But the I don't know what I mean. People saying Sato. I mean, we know Sato had her on some weird shit, but people saying Sato also leveled her up, which of course makes the most sense. But yeah, after what she did, God, Nari looking crazy. And yeah, so the cast is guy. I like the anti cast. The anti cast is quite good. Even like the mercenary children, like Ume had like small scenes, but like in the very beginning, I was fucking Ume, but the paper shit was nice. And then just now the mask guy with a sword, the one that Batista teleported away, he still got a lot going on. Like, shoot, well, I want to get back to him. Yo, Biko also got some shit going on. Batista as a villain, he was great. I wasn't really fucking with him too much. I won't lie. And when he died, we definitely smoked that pack. I won't lie. But as a character, he wasn't too bad. He wasn't too bad. Like in hindsight, I think I could respect this character. Like I respect him more. The more I think about it, the more I respect it. So yeah, Batista, you did your thing. Zora, my queen. God, Zora, bro. They misunderstand you. Auntie, they misunderstand you, bro. So yeah, Zora. Matter, I'm not gonna lie. I was like a super anti-Paddle person. Now I could appreciate Mato a bit more. It's so funny. The chapter I started appreciating Mato. If you know, you know. But yeah, Mato. I didn't like. I nah. I'll keep it in Vegas. I'll keep it in Vegas. But yeah. So Mato. Oh yeah, even the beef between Mato and Zoro is very funny to me. Very funny, bro. It's like they were having like a future sight off, bro. It's like my future sight is better. No, mine's better. No. I was like, what the hell going on here, bro? Oh my god, bro. But yeah. I keep bringing up the politics. I do like children like politics. I find that the politics, even the world, I think is a lot more interesting because TG had like the world had potential. I didn't need a global scale for TG, by the way. I know people like misconstrue what like world building is. I know that famous tweet. They're just like Tokyo go on world building. They're just in Tokyo. Like, all right, bro. But I know they brought it. I don't know if it was like the Middle East. Like I don't know if like they brought up like the first ghoul or like the whatever. But what I'm trying to get at is that like Choujin X does a good job with like the setting is in the Yamato city, right? They do a good job with talking about not only the other districts, but also like there's certain places that are grouped together. There's like the East Asia Federation. There's like I might have just made that up, but it's something. it's called something. Then there's like a group of islands, and then they have history too, because they'd be like they be talking about like Queen and Guelta. They'd be like Guelta tried to invade these places, and this island stopped. Like this island was like the Iron Fortress that stopped the invasion. Then yeah, like there's a lot we can get into. Then even Tokyo was in Awato for a little bit. Then so it's like there's a lot of like plot lines tied to different spots in the world that are fairly big. Like there are like some major characters and major plot lines that are tied to specific places that is not in the MC setting. So like Ishida could easily get into like if you want to expand the politics, he can easily get into these different areas and be like, okay, yeah, get into these different areas and just expand the story at any time. Especially after what had happened in this recent chapter. Tell me actually go back to. Okay, so right now, last chapter I read was 68.3. So, especially after 68.3, if you want to get into other places, because we might need that shit. If you want to get into other places and shit like that, hey, he set it all up. Foundation strong as hell. We might be in queen mode, Guatemala, who knows? But it is set up, and I really do enjoy it. So yeah, so the antags are good. Honestly, the Yamato Mori cast, I don't know, bro. Like, we got like niggas like Bakalegalo, bro. Like, Michael and Michael, like as characters, they're not bad. But if you talk about hoopers, someone we could put in the field and they get to work, a part of just Tokyo, Azuma, and Ellie, I don't know. Even that sword nigga, hey, I don't know, bruh. Last war, that sword nigga talk about some. He said, "All right, we need more people to fight, cause like they better like they all beat like the side bosses. Finally go to the final boss." Sword nigga talk about some. I can't raise no more, bro. Like I gotta stay back. I can't raise no more. I can't, bro. Normal people can't raise, bro. Like, why do you need an extra life to fight? People on their life right now. We all on our last life, bro. If we die, we die. Niggas be on their last life, still ready for war. You talk about, oh, I don't have no extra life, so I can't fight. Grab an AK and hit them fields, bro. I see normal people with no powers in the series, not in the series. Normal people with no powers, ready to squabble. And this man with powers talk about something I can't raise, bro. Bro, if you don't come hell. But anyway, yeah, it's actually cool to see that Tokyo went from like a character that was like the little bro, and then nowadays, hey, you better bow a little bit when you see my king, bro. Bow a little bit, hey, because that big bro now. But yeah, Choujin was great. I enjoyed it. Tokyo is my fave. I guess Ellie has to be too. I guess he has to be too. Azuma's not there, bro. I would actively fight niggas just to put above Azuma, bro. don't play with me, bro. Cause the thing is, I pour all my love into like Tokyo, a lot of love to Ellie, and then it's just like there's a lot of characters that I like respect a lot. But like for example, BB, I love BB, but they didn't take my girl out. So I'm like, damn. And then Sato, see, I was loving Sato till he started like. I know the signs were all there. I genuinely believe this was a good man, bro. I was like, Uncle Sato, Uncle Sato. Nigga finna stab me in the back, bro. Like, no, bro, no. So I'm iffy on Sato. Oh, Zoro for sure. Yeah. Zoro my top 5. Zoro my top 5. No, I think Sato gotta be my top 5. Even if he's an evil, I'll put him 5th. Fifth, Sato. 4th. Actually, 3rd might be Zoro. I'm not gonna lie. What would be the 4th? Sandek? I don't think I like. Okay, 4th Sato, 5th Sandek. Nah, I respect Sandek, but like when Sandek was talking about, oh, we have to go ask Mado, and like the last war, I said, come on, big bro. You stand up for yourself. I do like Sandek though. I won't lie. Batista, out of respect for the dead, bro, I can't put you close to my. I respect Batista though. But out of respect to the fallen soldiers, I can't gas you up. Yeah, I got Sandek. I like Sandek. He just let me down a little bit, but I like what he represents, symbolizes, and his powers are cool. When he shows up, you know we safe type shit. I don't know the order though, cause I fuck with Sato more than Sandek. But like that was the good Sato for my head, bro. Not this evil motherfucker. Not this evil motherfucker, bro. Oh my god, bro. And also since Sandek got some room to grow, cause after Batista gone, Mado gone, he's kind of forced. He gotta boss up. If you don't boss up, he's cool. So we'll see. Who else I gotta put respect on? Cause there's a lot of, again, when it comes to hidden mentions, I think it was Michael, the psychic one. Palma. Is Palma top 5? I vote. See, because Palma's a little too new. That's the only problem. She's a little too new. And that strong girl, I think it was like Momo song. I'm not too sure, but she was cool at first. Then eventually she kind of like plateaued a little bit, but I'm still fine with her. Sword Guy's not too bad. I respect Sword Guy, even though I was just cooking him earlier. Who else? Michelangelo, not too bad. Antag wise, again, Zora's up there. Again, Batista got my respect, but I can't respect for the dead, bro. I can gas him up. Ume didn't do enough. Yubiko, not gonna lie, Yubiko moved me. She moved me, bro. Nari a victim. Even if she hooping now, she's still a victim, bro. I can't. I can't, bro. I say Yubiko. I like Yubiko. Yubiko kind of freaky though. Yeah, you know, oh, Chandra. I'm not gonna lie. I don't hate Chandra. I actually don't hate Chandra. He a goofball though, very goofball, and he kills a lot of niggas too, man. I shouldn't. I should hate Chandra, shouldn't I? Yeah, I think I should. ICE Ice is not too bad. ICE Ice is not too bad. That nigga funny as hell. Yeah. The teacher was kind of going on me a little. No, actually, I hated the teacher in the beginning. Just because she had some good words in the last interaction with Tokyo, that's not enough. But yeah, Choujin X is great. I was low key trying to see if I can like find something to like diss about Choujin X, but nah. Even like again, Azuma to me is like the worst part. But like even again, his dynamic Tokyo, you could say is one of the best parts of the series. So like, he should have still made up for it in my eyes. I know some people dead ass like Azuma though. Y'all got it. I ain't gonna say shit. You know what I'm saying? What am I to tell y'all who to like? I understand he a whole ass nigga regardless. If y'all like whole ass niggas, go ahead. But yeah. I mean that's kind of it. I know people do the TG comparisons. I mean, I was doing it earlier. I'll say, yeah, this has potential to definitely be on a, like, story-wise, on a higher tier than TG. Because TG's story was more of a Kaneki story. Like, this is more like, this is Kaneki's journey of how he went from this to that. And how he unified the ghoul and human worlds, and they were kind of seeing his progress, him as Heisei, and him back, Whereas like with Choujin X, it's not really about Tokyo. I mean, it is about Tokyo, but there's a lot more going on that got nothing to do with Tokyo. So it's like, the focus isn't. Like, Tokyo's clear the main character. I don't want to say the focus isn't always on Tokyo. Because, like, TG's focused on just Kaneki. But it's more like, the main point is that Easter would scale the series down to, like, Kaneki's journey. Whereas, like, CX feels a bit more grand. As in, like, Tokyo is the main character, yeah. But there's still a lot going on that like is almost just as important as Tokyo. So again, that's why there's a lot of plot lines in all these places that got nothing to do with Tokyo, and with all these people that got nothing to do with Tokyo. So yeah, it just gives a feeling that it's a bit more grand, and then there's a bit more like unknown and like adventurous when. If we do end up going the route of trying to like see what's good in this place and that place and that place. Alright, that's about it. I wrapped it up here. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe to support the channel. Also check out my Patreon too, link subscription down below. You get early access to more videos like this one. You get access to my Twitch bots as well. Again, link subscription down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.